All right, we are live.
We are live.
Hello.
Let me share this. I'm gonna try and share it.
Yep. Let's see if I can get the link out. Let's see. Fun weekend.
Super fun.
Yeah. There we go.
Definitely like the super mat format.
Yeah, it was fun, wasn't it?
It was fun. It actually, all things considering, was not as hot as I thought. It was actually quite enjoyable for most of the day. Everything went smoothly without a hiccup.
We've had some perfect. Today was perfect. It was like 78 degrees all day.
So when's the next one officially?
November
That's
25th.
the dual IO
Yes, dual 1.0.
or dual 1.0.
There we are. I couldn't find the live stream. Nope, this is the old live stream.
It takes it a minute sometimes.
Yeah. What's up? Mark mentioned that. No. Yeah, good time. I think that I imagine this show will build pretty good. I was gonna have, did you send Austin Jennings the invite?
Yeah, I did, but you know, he's always late to everything, you know? Good old Austin Jennings. Let me see if I can get this out to.
Dude, I was playing disc golf this weekend. It was killing my elbows to throw or do anything. It was pitiful. What my shoulder.
Everything you did was a dogfight.
Yeah, awesome. Y'all had a pretty good match. That was probably one of the better matches.
I feel like I had like 10 minutes of arm wrestling in those matches.
You probably did have 10 minutes of arm wrestling. He just wanted camera time, you know.
It's funny how me and you kept talking. We ran that couple different format. I mean, the format a couple different ways, and we had different predictable winners. And then Down ends up winning it.
Yeah, and yeah, it's funny how that happens. But
who would have thought you would have saw a Ford versus Ryan North finale, eh?
Yeah,
he actually had more hit than I thought too. Ford didn't look bad.
Yeah, no. He was going in there, nothing to lose, right?
Are we going to talk about George Whitfield beating Ryan North, or do we just pretend like that doesn't happen? I don't want to destabilize the earth.
I was just watching the video with my wife, actually.
Yeah, well, I know Ryan's good arm's his right arm, but George's left arm is on another planet right now. That was crazy. I mean, it was like Ryan wasn't even there. It wasn't close.
Yeah, he was too fast.
Too fast, too strong, He's got it going on.
George beat me in the tournament.
Beat him in a best of 3.
Yep.
If I don't recall.
Yep. He beat him in the left-handed finals and took it home. Yeah. It super insane. And then on the right, he also lost. He lost to Ryan North right-handed. But I mean, that's expected. Ryan crazy on the right arm.
I think a lot of people are going to be excited for some cash payouts in Florida. I know that obviously FAL is doing the $10,000, but you know, nobody's really seen a good cash tournament since Mayhem had some cash, I believe, but it'll be nice in November to have nice payouts. Everybody can, you know, winners make a few bucks. I think that'll be good to attract some people. I'd love to get
what are the amateur incentives for flow arm?
Amateurs would be getting awards. Can't do much. Class.
I know. I'm just saying. I'm still trying to get my other 2 golds.
Well, we're gonna have swords for all the classes. So, and I got some badass ones picked out, not just some regular little looking things. Some custom swords for every class, amateur and pro.
You should do fucking like a throwing fucking knife for the amateurs.
Right, maybe that for second,
or a shuriken or something.
maybe something smaller for second and third. But the best thing is gonna be
You have
cash.
so many cool prizes you can do because martial arts are so cool. There's so many badass weapons.
I think people just like having cool weapons that aren't medals and plaques too. I mean,
I agree.
personally am a fan of all the big metal cutout stuff, but
What are you thinking though for the cash payouts for the pros?
at least 50% payout. So if there's
That's
8 guys in the class at $40, that's 320, at least 160 back to the arm wrestlers. So a guy that wins that can make $400 for the day.
Yeah. That's a significant amount. For
Yeah,
sure.
I want to make sure that these guys are getting something to go home with. But again, we want to make sure we're not promising anything we can't deliver on. So 50% payouts always been a real good structure. Oh, in a land long ago in Florida, you would see quite a few of these little tournaments, 50% payouts. And I mean, I used to be on fire back when they were hot, man. I would make like $400 to $800 every single time I arm wrestled. I would either win 2 or 4 classes, and you can't call that a living, but you can make you some good side money. Austin Wade could put some new tires on his truck or something,
All right.
A lot of fun stuff. I'm calling out all the Florida arm wrestlers. Anybody that wants to go to Puerto Rico with me, get in touch with me. Got big things planned in January in Puerto Rico. Get in touch with me if you are one of the guys you want to represent Florida. We have a challenge against Puerto Rico. So not just Florida, we're putting together kind of a hit squad to take them on. More announcements come out tomorrow on Pulsio TV with Manolo and me. We'll have a show. But hit me up if you want to be a part of that. If you think you can take some people on. Wow, I don't want to spill the beans too much, but I want to put the feeler out there. Carl Stanley, Brad Grunt, and any real heavy hitters, any new guys, anybody. I'd love to bring a squad out.
Oh
What do
yeah.
you think would look good on their side against Brad?
Again, I'll be honest with you. I don't know, and I need to learn a lot of the Puerto Rican guys better so that we can have good matchups. But thankfully, Manolo, he would definitely know who. The only guys we really are familiar with are Noel and
Sadio.
Yeah, his brother. That was just what I was about to say. Those are the only 2 guys I know of.
Let's save this for tomorrow on Manolo's show. All that can be discussed. So you guys just keep your ears open, get in touch with me, and make sure you tune in to Pulsio TV tomorrow. Damn, a lot of people in the chat right now. Who all we got? When do you introduce the Florida Slap League? Robert, I've thought I've thought of it. I think that might be too crazy, too violent for me. I would rather 2 guys punch each other and have a chance defending than just sit there and get straight smacked in the face.
Yeah. Ryan North. I mean, if that happens.
Joe Capraziki says, what are the dates in January? Tune in tomorrow to Pulsio TV and you will get all the information you could dream of.
He also asked if in the future, is it by weight class or an open tournament?
In regards to flow arm, very simple structure. We learned a lot of things, a lot of stuff, the whole party, the free tournament. This is all to figure out all the iron out the bugs. So to answer the question, it will be a simple amateur and pro format, as you could think of. It'll be called amateur and expert. We can add an intermediate class at some point if we built to that point. It took the FAL quite a while to need a semi-pro class. And if we get to that point, we will, but you're pretty much going to have amateur and pros and all your weight classes. So you ask, what's amateur? How's that correlate to the belt system? What's going on? How's this work? So it's very simple. In the amateur novice class, whatever we want to call it. We can call it the B class. We will have white and blue belts.
Right.
Very simple, very simple. In the future, when we divide, we could absolutely go to a white belt only class and blue belt only class once we can justify large enough bracket. But your pro open class, your expert class will be purple, brown, and blacks. That's it. So it's the same as it's always been, really, as far as the division of people. You know, John, you would still be arm wrestling me. You know, the guys that arm wrestle each other would arm wrestle each other. You can, as like most classes, you can pull up, but you can't pull down. So for example, I'm not going to pull in the blue belt, you know, but yeah, no different than that. We're going to have weight classes. The January 25th event is in Puerto Rico, but our next event is January 27th will be the Puerto Rico event. Ours is November 25th. Got a lot of big plans. It's going to be the Saturday following Thanksgiving. We're hoping to have it, you know, huge turnout, make it an awesome event. I know the cash money draws out a lot of people no matter what. You can flip sticks out in the yard for cash and people will come to win. So that being said, the venue will be announced this week. I had a good time, man. I love hanging out at Pro Gear Gym. They kind of just gave us the keys to the place and said, run wild. But for people that weren't there, you missed it. However, the video's coming out tomorrow. You'll be able to see all the excitement. It was a great time, man. Absolute blast.
That was incredibly fun. Like the energy was awesome. It was fast paced. So no one really stood around and, you know, had time to get bored. It was always go, go, go. And everyone was excited. That was a lot of fun. It's the most fun I've had in a long time.
Yeah, I think people, as soon as they test the format, they're going to really love it.
Yeah.
You know, you pretty much it's a one-on-one tournament format.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it definitely, when I think I beat you in the first match, maybe, or
yeah, you beat in the first match. You kind of got everything, took control in the second, and then we got to go again. And
so you would have never went again if that was the format. You would have had to go on and battle, but it's not so much how good flow arm is really, as much as how broken double elimination is. I know a lot of people are going to probably argue with me, but I love double elimination. I'm real good at the bracket play and everything, but double elimination is fucking horrible, in the sense that if I can't beat you when we're fairly fresh, I can't beat you again twice at the end after I've battled 2 or 3 more guys than you have.
Right.
You know, so it's a lock. It might as well be single elimination ran to the final, because it's the same fucking winners. The same guys that win. How often do you see a guy come back B-side and win both matches?
I mean, was it 5 times maybe? I mean, it's not often.
No, it's not often at all. And when you do, it's so rare that it's celebrated. Like, I came back B-side. So with that being said, that how rare it happens, we're basically catering to some small percentage. And then if I ask everybody in the chat right now, anybody that's listening, watching it, do you know where you go when you lose? Do you know how B-side works? Or is it just in your mind a black hole and I might pop out in a spot and I just keep arm wrestling? I'm asking seriously. All you guys are serious arm wrestlers. Do any of you really know how B-side works? No.
It took me a while to understand pardon my French, PG, I apologize. It took me a while to even understand as a puller how B-side works.
Sure.
Thank God when you were teaching me a little bit on how, you know, everything works, that's when I started kind of understanding it a little bit. It's super confusing.
Yeah, and
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, and this system gives an 80, 95, 90% chance or favoritism to early victories.
Mhm.
You know, and the guy that has, so the bracket, it ends up making the bracket matter a ton as far as what your draw is. And you know, if I couldn't beat John now, highly doubt I'm going to beat him later. And we're sacrificing a ton of viewability for that.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
the reason we have the double elimination is I assume to give guys more arm wrestling, which this format, because it's best of three, actually gives you much better, because your two losses ain't to just me and John somehow. It's to John twice, and you got to change and adjust. And for that 10 minutes on stage, you were the main event. You were in a super match
Yeah.
against him. You got to go on your sword, you know?
I thought it
So
was fun. I saw quite a few matches go to the third round.
Mhm.
And what I liked about it the most is you end up seeing matchups like maybe, the first couple, like the first round, what would that be? The quarterfinals, semifinals? Because that's something I'm going to have to learn now, because now we have a legit quarterfinals, semifinals, finals, and you can kind of see this trickle happening in the bracket of all the winners that are kind of meeting each other. And it's so neat to see people they wouldn't even be facing each other if they were going just by weight.
well,
But since they're going by win, they're facing each other, which is awesome.
how fair is this system when we've seen how the brackets play out, right? The most advantageous spot in the bracket is the top guy of the bottom four.
Yeah.
So what
Yeah,
a
I've heard you say that.
this system favorites the fifth heaviest of eight. That's beautiful. It's literally favoriting the average guy.
Yep.
If number 4, 5, and 6, or number 3 through 6 are the center of the core, this is your average. These are your center guys. That's where the favorite spot is. That is a beautiful system rather than one that favorites, in my opinion, double elimination favorites the biggest guy.
Yeah.
A lot. So I think that it makes it a little bit harder of a path to the finals if you're a guy that likes wars. When you have, let's say we have 8 guys in the class, I go 2 wins, 3 wins maximum sets me up in the final. In the final, I'm undefeated, right? You're going to come back through the bracket. You have like 7 matches, 6 matches, and you'll face me. I beat you. So now I have 4 matches. As a guy that would win a flow arm 8-man bracket, you will have at minimum the first round. When it goes 8-4, you'll have 2 matches. You might have 3. When it goes 4-2, you'll have 2 matches. You might have 3. And then in your final, you'll have 2 matches. You might have 3. You could be 9 matches deep in just pure dog fights. All my matches, I think, went to the final one. And then I got smoked at the end.
Yeah.
And it was fairly fresh. So
who then got beat by Ford?
Who did? Me?
No, Devin beat you and then lost to Ford. How awesome is that?
No, it's amazing. It has its own overall that ultimately plays out because you have the winner of each of your bracket.
Yeah,
it's very good.
And then you end up getting a war out of those. I'm real excited to see. There's a lot of guys that have messaged me. I don't want to say or anything. I mean, I'll tell you when we get off of here. But I think they're going to do really good in flow arm format, because they're guys that maybe lose that first round, just timing or whatever. But now they got that second shot.
Dude, there was people showed up to arm wrestle. That bracket was like 30 dudes deep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
just on that, that had nothing to do with like got people that weren't arm wrestling right hand left. Every single one was like 29 or 30. So it was exciting, but what surprised me was, even though it's more arm wrestling, how fast it went.
Oh yeah.
The
bracket was actually really easy to understand. Once you get the hang of it, it's super easy.
We will not be starting in the referee's grip for the pro division anymore. We did that just as a trial. I think we've seen that works great for the white blue belt, the amateur class. I mean, it's just like FAL was doing. Keeps them very safe, gets everybody started very square, not so much shoulder commitment. But while we will maintain starting in the straps, we are going to let the open class, the open division get their own grip. So that's what the test run was for, iron out a lot of the kinks. But that system of putting them in the strap immediately, oh my goodness, it makes it so fast. You don't have the setup for 2 minutes just to get in a ref's grip, then the slip, and then the 2 minutes, and it was every one of my best of threes in the invitation, the 76 invitational they were long. We were up there, but it was only about 5-10 minutes, and it was pure setup and arm wrestling. There was no like, hey, get back to the table, you know.
Yeah, it was awesome. Yeah. I mean,
I enjoyed the fast pace of it. I ultimately lost at the end because of the pace. I have no doubt that if I had, an hour to let my arm cool down, I would have blasted Devin. Maybe not. He was very strong, but I loved the fast pace. It was an absolute kill or be killed. It was straight up just one-on-one fighting with your arms.
It was super matches. Exactly what we wanted.
Yeah, and as a guy who's better outside the strap, like I am, like I have a dominant hand outside the strap. I was kind of like, okay, how's the strap thing gonna work for me? But in reality, it works better. Like it was just clean and easy. I think me and Brandon between our three matches had like a little over 2 minutes of actual arm wrestling. That's how long we were actually in it. It was fantastic, and that's what everybody wants. You want wars, you want battles. You don't go up there and just flash a dude and hey, we're done. It was perfect. It was a great.
Oh yeah, and starting in the strap at the end of the day is gonna just entering in flow arm and running that format would probably make you so much better in any tournament because you're gonna be so used to that strap already. You'll have an advantage.
The only time it don't end up in the strap usually is when you're so much dominant over somebody else or
like you have they have just a hand crushing grip. Those are the guys that I have a problem with.
Yeah, if not, almost all my matches in the strap anyway. So going straight to it, it was nice. You set up and your hand's not blown up. Your elbow hasn't been jarred by someone diving underneath. It's clean. It's fast.
Yeah, your elbow seemed like it was holding up pretty good to the last one. Your right was looking pretty good.
Let's be honest, too. The guy that's dominant in the strap without the strap will beat you with that strap too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The strap just makes you better.
There are those few chances, but yeah, it is what it is. The high level arm wrestling is in the strap, like it or not. You're tied to your opponent. I will find ultimately as you level up that your arm has the ability to get much stronger than your grip. This is why people can deadlift 700 with straps, but only 500 without.
Right.
So, you're maximizing the power laid down on the table. And I would argue that you're making it a lot safer. The hand manipulation and the sudden movements and all this is a lot of what gets the guys out of position and they end up in these finger walking battles. Not to say, you could get in an ugly position anywhere, but I love it. I love the setup. I love the format. The party, the energy itself was fun, man. Everybody that showed up. Who was our winners there? Our overall winners were
George Whitfield won left-handed and Ryan North won right-handed.
Yep. We're gonna have to get Ryan like a 6XL.
The funny thing,
I'm sure we didn't have one big enough for him.
My dude tried to buy the jersey and it couldn't fit in it.
The was that George beat Ryan North left-handed, so 176 versus the biggest guy in Florida. And then on the Ford made it to the finals versus Ryan North. It was crazy.
It'd be fun to run the winners of the overalls at every event, I think that'd be fun.
Sure.
Because by the end of the the end of the flow arm season, you're gonna have a true overall.
It's a great question. What does the flow arm season look like, right?
Right.
Save that for another show. This I think rolling the format with cash payouts, letting everybody, it's going to give everybody a good taste, leave a good taste in their mouth. We'll get
a lot more people are going to be showing up.
Yeah, man. Just the way that we had such a party atmosphere. I know the next events will be a little bit more competitive, but if we hang on even 10% of that, it was amazing. You couldn't hear anything the entire time. That DJ, oh God, let's talk about that DJ, your boy. Bro, I went over to Joe Gideon or Giddens or something. He's from Table Surfers. And I was like, yo, what's up with this guy? Should we shut him down? Like, he's up in here like it's a rave, just mixing, playing his, And he looked at me, said, let him cook.
Yeah.
I said, you know what? Let him go. Dude,
Yes,
it was a straight up party in there.
No,
yeah,
it was
we got him whenever we need him.
yeah, it was that was fantastic. The whole energy was really good. Everyone was having fun.
The best part is that we just stuck him in between about 8 or 10 punching bags in the back corner.
Couldn't even
As the
see
bear couldn't even see him. Nobody could get to him.
all you see was a head bob.
Yeah.
He looked so pissed every time I would tell him to turn it down so I could
Oh
talk.
my God. He was threatening it. He's like, Wiz, I can't keep turning the music up and down. It's messing up my vibe. You're messing with my flow. And I told him, listen, man, I told you what was going on for this event. So you shut your mouth and turn that music up and down when I tell you.
You're out of control. You did not tell him that.
I basically told him that. I was like, what are you being such a diva? It's a knob. It's a volume knob. Just turn it up and down.
Bro, you're
Good
killing
Lord.
his vibe. He was in his zone.
Well, I had told him beforehand, hey, there's a party and then we're actually filming as well. During the filming, you're going to have you turn it down a little bit.
Should I attempt to roll the video on screen share right here? Or is
Yeah,
it
let's see it. No, do it.
copy?
I want to see it. At least send it to me if you don't want to show it. That's fine too.
Yeah, let's see if it's choppier.
Should we try it?
Yeah, there's 11 people.
If it doesn't look good though, man, send it to me. I want to see the commercial.
The video looks amazing. All right, let's see.
Oh.
How will
Let's see.
Okay, there we go. Your internet connection is horrible.
Yeah, it's a little choppy, but
Man, that guy's got a good camera.
choppy?
Yeah, it's too choppy, but man, I've already I still want to watch it. It was all
what did he do when on the part where we were all booing right the hand? Did he do something fun with that take?
Yeah, you'll have to see. I tried to get it up. It's just too choppy, bro. It is.
It's a big file. It has to be shared on a special app and stuff, right? So
yeah, that was a good idea to get him booing because he is pretty much the most hated man in all of Florida arm wrestling.
Yeah, but
so that was a great idea to get the boos.
But yeah, but
because he loved it. He was like, "Yes,
yeah, he's
bask
definitely
me with your hatred."
Yeah, there's something about him that's interesting.
He plays a good villain. He plays a good villain.
He doesn't care at all.
Yeah, no, you don't.
Don't forget, we also belt tested about 30 people or so.
Yeah. Did you grab my blue belt there?
30 people
belt
tested?
Yeah, it was pretty close to that.
That's dope. Let me grab one more do.
One more do. Oh boy, he's getting amped up.
What is? I think that's at least his second or third.
Man, he had 3 next to him.
I don't know how he does not get kidney stones with the amount of Mountain Dew that he drinks.
It just flows right through.
I've seen my dad just drink 7-Up to the point where I mean, if you ever want to see a grown man cry like a child, watch a man with kidney stones.
From 7-Up? The fuck's wrong
from
with
soda?
genetics?
from
7 Up,
soda.
what? That's water in my family. So I fucking been drinking Mountain Dew all day long. 7 Up? Don't, I'll kick you off the show. You talk about 7 Up giving.
That's my stepdad, bro. Take it easy. It's my stepdad.
All respect to
God.
him, but yeah,
God.
tough up, brother.
Hey man,
7 Up.
It's
I
that.
cleansed the Mountain Dew out with 7 Up.
bro. We were in the yard one day just raking, and he just just falls forward. And I'm like, what the heck is he? You know, I thought he was faking it or anything, and he couldn't get up. Like he was acting like he was like you would imagine somebody's just shanking him in the back.
My grandfather drank Mountain Dew till the day he died. When I showed up at his house, they had an ominous look on his face the final time. And I'm this is a true story. I swear on everything. And I asked his caretaker, his stepdaughter, I said,
Are you
"What's
giving
wrong?"
him due?
She said, "I don't think he's gonna make it." And this is a true story. I said, "How do you know?" She said, "He ain't drinking Mountain Dew in 3 days."
Oh,
But that I knew I was fucking sad as hell. I was like, damn. But that's real. That so let that just tell you some 7 Up ain't phasing me.
yeah,
I was
True
born
that.
for this shit.
bro. I can't drink soda. If I even attempt to drink soda, it'll reverse. I can't drink it. I can't drink anything with carbonation. I had a nose surgery that was botched when I was a child. They left me disfigured, as you can see, not incapable of drinking carbonated beverages.
That's terrible.
Bro, what are you eating, Brandon? He's been stuffing his face for the last, what's our time, John?
It's been a
He's
while.
got at least 2 to 3. They're either quesadillas or some type of floured tortilla concoction he's eating over there.
God.
Maybe something with guacamole. What is that?
Barbecue pork loin.
Barbie. That looks dry.
Hey.
That's why he's drinking so much Mountain Dew, because that pork
Like
loin
leather.
is
Like ripping it off like beef
leather.
jerky.
Oh
Yeah,
my
I got
god.
some pots.
Jeez. Pork,
Okay.
bro. Get you some ribs next time.
just don't forget.
You think I work for the FAL?
For
What,
that,
I
very
look like
expensive.
Come
We
on.
can't export that. You're right.
Come on.
It's gonna be
I got
a
flow arm money.
slit. It's gonna be a next few months. We're gonna be like this in the floor. Come on to the floor. Trying to do my.
Florida's first arm wrestling song for Florida.
No, I was trying to do like a Roots impersonation for Flow Arm. Like, we gonna be struggling at first, but then we gonna be all right.
Yes. This is we're basically at this point. This is like the NWO.
The new world. Oh yeah, we're the
invading through the back door. Exactly.
I'm staying with the face paint. Just paint me for that for the next Flow Arm event. I want full white with the tears.
If we paint your bald head white, you're gonna look like a fucking clown. Are you kidding? You can't do that.
Bro, I want to be melting by half the tournament. Just look terrifying. Yelling on a microphone. Just
Oh man.
Awesome.
Brad is gonna be telling me, somebody get him off the mic. This guy's ruining this.
This is on 0, Carolyn. It's the rebuild.
No, it's okay. Not. It was. I know we're just goofing off, but it's gonna be fun.
Man, that was fun, huh? I can't say enough how much I like parties compared to tournaments.
Yeah.
Oh,
When
yeah.
it's competition, when it's a novel time, it's so. Here's a good example, right? I love racing dirt bikes. But you know what's even more fun than racing dirt bikes? Racing little tiny dirt bikes.
Oh yeah.
Right. So now it's like you and your buddy on like his daughter's dirt bike and your elbow, and like that's actual fun. So when you dial the competitive level down, and not to say like Forum's obviously going to be super stiff competition, but the man, it was like a party this last weekend, right? We really had a good vibe. Just it was nothing but people that wanted to be there and having a blast. So we've only had maybe 5, 6 of those ever in Florida, where they were like non-competition, huge get-togethers. And they're all some of my best memories. Every one of them. Most of them were at Craig's
Mhm.
house back in the day.
Yep. Well, hopefully it's gonna. Where's the location for the next one? Pro Gear again, or what are we doing?
No, it'll be announced this week. We're working on it. I believe I've got an MMA gym gonna host us, and we're gonna throw a massive party and
Are we
plan for
doing the end of the year at the Brandon Morris Estates?
undecided. Undecided. That is
Rough and
more.
rowdy style, man. I'm
I
just
love
kidding.
rough and rowdy.
We can't
The
do that.
plan for November 25th. It's gonna be I'd love everybody to come, man. It's gonna be the Saturday after Thanksgiving. I know a lot of people stay with their family for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But a lot of these guys, they don't have huge families. Some of these single dudes, lonely guy, whatever. We are gonna have a big turkey fry out there on the 25th, that Saturday.
What?
Free dinner for everybody, big arm wrestling Thanksgiving bash. And
Where's this going to be at? To be announced?
To be announced this week. Don't worry.
Who's frying the turkey? Who's frying the turkey?
Most
I know
important,
you're not. You're not frying it. We already know what you did.
Hold on, no, you almost killed
Hey,
your own
wait a
wife.
minute.
You
Wait a
almost
minute.
killed your own
You
wife with
can't keep bringing
tortellinis.
that up. You cannot keep bringing that up. It was a very, very easy mistake to make. Anybody could have made that, man. You could have made that. You're a dog owner. You're a father. It's not unreasonable to think you're not going to leave some pasta sauce on the stove, maybe 3-4 hours, a slight bacterial bloom, and maybe somebody gets sick. I mean, that's
Amanda,
totally reasonable to
if
happen.
Amanda's next to you, can we please have her step on the show?
Babe, here. Here, you want me to put you on?
I'd like to talk to you about Wiz's turkey frying capabilities. We got to introduce everybody. This is Amanda, the lovely Amanda, Wiz's wife.
Hello.
Merchandise. Make sure the money is coordinated and all the bills are facing the correct way. So Amanda, Wiz is telling us that he's certified to fry the turkeys for the Thanksgiving bash, but I'm hesitant due to his attempted murder on you.
He does make really good turkey.
just not
I would
totally.
just have a couple of fire extinguishers nearby just in case.
Yeah, we're gonna burn this. Hey, this dude never lets us back here, right? He's got 2 giant cookers shooting out torch, just oil fire. So what would you say like fire? What percentage?
What percentage? What chance of a fire?
A grease fire with Wiz cooking them.
Like less than 30.
He says less than 30. I'm saying maybe like 75.
No.
You see,
Well, if you put me in a wooden room full of hay, yes.
so we got to put you in a place there's nothing around him that can burn.
We got to put you in a place where there's nothing around you.
On concrete. On cement.
No, but he is a good cook.
I mean,
Carolyn
just
said,
put me on cement. Don't put me in like a straw barn. Obviously, if you want me to fry a turkey. Jeez.
Carolyn says you gave her the old sour ravioli.
Well,
Look that
yes.
up on Urban Dictionary. She might be trolling us.
They said I gave you the sour ravioli, babe. She laughs.
Pop
It might
said
be true.
this is the insane clown posse of arm wrestling.
You dang right.
I'll accept that actually. When we show up with our juggalo masks at the FAL event, you'll know we arrived, Pops. Who all here is going to FAL on the 21st, the Biketober event?
I'm gonna have to check with my people, and they're gonna check with their people.
Wiz became a rock star after we put him. Once he appears on that video, we're gonna have to start. I actually messed up. I'm gonna have to start paying you more.
Well, I'm still under contract with with you guys for the next to the end of the season. So you're good. You're good. Don't need to worry just yet.
I expect to see the end of the year event. I'm hoping this is on a real note. I know we're all just fucking around. If FAL does not do the Florida Arm Wrestling Hall of Fame and a few of the things that I talked about previous in the year as far as just the some of the stuff we'd like to do, giving props out. I would not be against just having like just a strictly party with no competition where we could celebrate a couple dudes, do some announcements, some end of the year bash like that.
Some
Even
fun
if it
super
was right
matches.
now. Yeah, exactly. Listen, I'm telling you, the funnest time I ever had in my life was when Ryan Bowen pulled Chance, and there were like 10 other matches. Dude, we were standing like on chairs. Like, I mean, there was like a wall of people behind me. Oh, like 3 feet over my head, just like hovering over, and we all had matches in Craig's garage, like 90 people. So I wouldn't even be opposed to that. But yeah, what a good crowd we had out there. Another idea I got, man, I was telling you, we got to have a party. And this is just funny shit, right? We got to have a party where we call everybody out on their bullshit lists that they say they can do. And we do trivial stuff like who can throw a football. So we just have some arm wrestling practice, but it's really like an arm wrestler's field day or Olympics, right? So
that's cool.
Trent loves to say he can curl a 95-pound dumbbell. But when it comes time, push comes to shove, he can actually only curl an 80. And so you actually have to, like all this shit you talk, we get to call you out, see who could do, I mean, this is all we like to do is content, pull-ups for contests, see what there is, and then just have that day, awards to everybody messing around, hitting different stations.
Yeah.
I thought of this because the other day when I played disc golf, I was so pitifully throwing, and I normally could like zing this disc. Bro, it was so sad that I tried to throw left-handed and it was equal. It was like
Your fascia has all stiffened up.
Destroyed, nothing. So then I realized, like, oh God, I hope like some kid that knows my daughter, like that his dad doesn't call me out. I like try to need me to throw him a football one day. I'm like, I'm just gonna run it over and hand it to him like we're on the sandlot.
Yeah, you have to do like the pitch, the little.
Well, I've tried throwing I could throw a football like 3 or 4, normal times. After that, oh man, it starts cricking. I can't do it. It's
So
impossible.
I can throw as hard as I can throw without putting the zing where I have the whipping effect, right?
Yeah,
when
yeah.
To the whip that you get the real over the head, the true zing.
That rotator cuff involvement.
Yeah, so I can push the ball for you and flick it with my wrist, decent. But ultimately, if you know anything about throwing, it's pitiful. And I used to clown people that couldn't throw. So that's my karma in life. Now I throw like a girl, apparently. But
not me. I was an incredible pitcher. I'm Cuban. I don't know if you guys know that.
Exactly. He's gonna have to pay for it.
We're fantastic.
At the Arm Wrestlers Olympics, he's gonna suddenly throw like a girl, and we're gonna clown him after this conversation.
No, I said, listen, I'm an arm wrestler now. I can't do it anymore. Okay,
you're retired.
I'm retired. I'm not living the lie. But in my heyday, they used to call me El Terremoto, which basically means the earthquake, because
that was your first name.
No, it was my baseball name, man. I got it when I was 14. God, come on, man. I was 14. I wasn't into porn.
Oh, my bad. My little league nickname.
I didn't even have color TV in my house till I was like 23.
How old are you, first of all?
I remember.
Wiz could be 29 or he could be 49.
How old does everybody? I want everybody to put it in the chat right now. How old is Wiz?
I'm gonna guess.
Everybody can ask me one question. Okay, I will answer it truthfully to try to give you a ballpark, and you can be within 2 years.
Okay,
I can give you 2 years.
Question.
Go ahead.
How old were you in 1990?
No. You can't ask that.
What?
You got to ask me, like, what was your favorite cartoon growing up? Stuff like that. Something that would give you an idea of age.
So far in
generational
the chat,
wise.
45, 43, 61, 37, 38.
What a bunch of dicks.
36.
I'm going to say you are 1 year.
How old are you, Brandon?
I think you're 1 year older than me.
Really? I think you're
I
like
don't know though. You
10
have
years
kids
older than
younger
me.
than my age, so or my
I'm
kids.
young. I'm young, bro. Those are my stepkids. Amanda plucked me straight off the banana boat.
You're right. You're right.
And she told me if I
Nah,
was
I'm not.
good, I'd get citizenship.
Listen. You're not in your 20 anythings. There's no way.
Ooh.
You're
So
not.
I'm either really old looking or a fantastic bluff. John, what do you say? What's your question?
Me, I said, how long have you been bald for?
I've been bald since I was 22.
That's more than 8 years of shine. So we know he's over 30.
That head has been bald for a long time.
Any other questions so we can figure this out? Carolyn said, Wiz, what was your first single?
My first single.
Carolyn,
Single what?
Are you drunk texting again?
My single of what? What kind of single are we talking
Listen.
about here?
She's not sure what she's typing either, I think.
Hey everybody, what what's the first single he ever had? All right. All right,
Bob
I'll give you.
37.
I know who Boys to Men is.
Kevin
I
Q
remember.
says,
I remember
you know who-
Betamax.
You know who Alf is?
Yes, of course. He was a
Okay.
little alien Martian that ate cats.
He's
That is
at
a
least
sitcom.
35 if he knows Alf.
Brandon is correct. I am at least 35.
Wiz, do you know that? Do you remember the Cuban Missile Crisis?
It was horrifying.
That's how we
I
got
thought
here.
I thought I was going to lose my gente and my peoples in Cuba. Pero everything was okay. John, what did you didn't say your guess, John?
I put 45. I have no idea how old you are.
45.
Hold
We
on,
got
hold on.
35
Carolyn
and
just-
45. We got a 10-year swing.
Carolyn just proved something. She said a single is old school for a 45 single, like a vinyl record. So that just shows you didn't know what that is. So Carolyn, if he doesn't know what that is,
That's not true.
the maximum
I'm
age
Cuban.
you
We
can
did
be.
not have that in Cuba. They're
They
still
had
rocking
vinyl
cars from the
records in Cuba.
No, they don't. They have
Yes,
cars from the 50s over there, bro.
You're fucking crazy. They have vinyl fucking records, dude.
They barely have electricity.
They have
Barely.
CDs. They have everything there.
CDs.
Yoel
CDs are
Romero,
from
when
like
he's in
89.
Cuba, has a fucking record player. Are you crazy?
You think he's in Cuba when he's recording those videos? Bro, he's in
If
Miami.
you-
Come on.
That's the same thing.
Why would he be in Cuba?
So
when
you're
you can
gonna
get
tell
the
me this.
same exact food.
Okay.
So how old is Wiz?
Never. Yeah.
All right,
I'm-
that Brandon says 35.
He's drunk.
I'm not drunk. I'm always like this. That's why everybody loves me. John said 45. You are both wrong by more than 2 years. So you're out.
I said 38. I think you're 1 year older than me.
Wrong. I am 40 years old. Born
So no-
7/7/83.
Kevin said 39 and
I'm not too good at
Joseph-
math. Trust me.
3.
Yes, sir. Under this face, right, man, if I shaved this, I would look 23 again.
Oh my God. Do not do that. I've seen you without a beard. If
You
shave,
have seen
come on the show.
that is a weird looking man right there.
I want you to know this, Wiz. Between me and you, it's really your beard is who has the guest spot. You just accompany it, okay? We really had it's me, John, and your fucking beard, okay? You just be happy
I like it.
with the beard.
I like it. I could do that.
With Robert suddenly lying and saying his guess was 40. I look right
that?
through the chat and I could see he said 61. You lying back.
Wow. Come on, man.
Oh, he just did a message.
How can I make my beard all white? That'd be look cool.
2
Need
more
to do
years.
that.
Just wait. That's all.
Yeah.
you
Takes forever, man.
Here's what I don't know. Explain this to me. Let's pretend that on your 45th birthday, your beard starts to go white. Does the beard go white from the hair follicle down, or does the whole strand goes white overnight? So
Right
like,
now, I'm just
you end
sporting
up
the
with a
white
bunch, like
tips.
a long black growth, like long bit of black at the end of your silver beard. How does it suddenly strip the
Well,
color?
yeah, it has to. It has to. It'll because you would still have the black tip, and then it would just slowly gray out.
I would never cut my black tip. It would look like when you see some chick that's like hair is way out and she needs to dye it.
That would look
Brown.
weird. That would look like straight Jack Blackbeard.
Oh, dude, this is that. Is this true? Anybody that's went gray, can you please tell us how does it go from? Do you
Well,
have the
yeah.
black
Well, it
tip?
can't just turn. Your whole hair can't just
Yeah,
turn
I
gray.
think it does, bro.
Well, only
If
if you
not,
see
how
something
does it
scary.
feel
Only
to
if you see
finally cut
something
the black
scary.
tip? Like when you cut that final bit of black hair, or you've let go of all your youth, right? That's the last moment.
No, I
That's
have to keep
why
it,
the white
man. It
Nikes-
has to. It has to just naturally grow out, like you said. Keep the because right now I would have some decent tips, bro. If the rest started graying up and I kept these tips, bro, that's like a 6-inch tip on the beard, bro, with the gray extent, with the gray follow throughs or whatever. Bro, I
It
would look
be
like a
you
Street Fighter
remember when they
character.
had the frosted tips, like
Yeah,
in the 90s? That's what your
who
beard
was?
looked like, with the opposite.
Yes. Oh man, there was a boxer. Oh, Shannon Briggs, bro. I would be looking like some Shannon Briggs hair on my beard.
Exactly.
It would look amazing.
That's out of control, man. This is a great show. Ton of people in here. 15 people in the chat right now.
Yes, sir. All those, if we can
Times.
just get everybody to tell everybody, at least one person about Flow Arm,
Yeah,
and
please.
show up to the next event. We'll do. I mean, then we just keep doubling it. That's all we need to do.
Hey, listen. We are booming, man. This show is just as big as the old show was already.
Oh yeah.
Well, let's go back to that thing that we got derailed by you trying to kill your wife.
Yeah.
So
Well, yes.
November 25th. This is the Saturday after Thanksgiving. Back to the thing. The plan is we're gonna have a big cookout, Thanksgiving dinner, Thanksgiving bash. There will be the first official tournament for Flow Arm. It'll be dual 1.0 cash payout tournament. It's going to show the 1v1 tournament format. The whole thing is I hope we can just capitalize on that same party energy, launch an awesome brand, show everybody a good time and how much more.
Do I have to wear a red tie and a suit again?
No.
Thank God.
But you should. You looked good in it, Wiz.
You need to get me like a Flow Arm vest and some you remember culottes back in the day? You know what culottes were?
I'm not an old man, brother.
Come on, bro. You're like 1 year older than me.
I'm
Culottes, man.
life,
Like your sister would have wore these like knee knockers or something. You need to get me some knee length and a vest, Flow Arm. Give me something that looks cool, leather bound. Maybe something beaded and studded. You know what I'm saying? I got it. Give me a golden and red sequined Flow Arm vest.
If you squint right now, it looks like Wiz is wearing a top hat, right? This is how the top hat I'm buying is. Just imagine Uncle Sam, but with the Flow Arm logo on the border.
Yeah. Somebody screenshot this and put it on a shirt.
Exactly.
If you
For
do
4th
that,
of July, this is the post.
And throw this out.
Hey, so for this next tournament, is it going to be 8 people? It's going to be 8 people per class, correct?
Yeah, we'll launch the pre-registration for it. But yeah, it'll be 8 man. It'll top out at 8-man classes. So obviously, signing up will secure it, getting the pre-registration. One thing about the format that some people may or may not know is that the bracket, your 8-man bracket, is ultimately seeded by weight. So you end up facing in your next match the guy that's very closest in weight to you, and then obviously the next guy that was very closest to him, in the winner and winner and winner. And a lot of people weren't there for the party, but this really, really changes the outcome. It favors the guy that has endurance. It allows a lot more even matchups. So, for example, I drew in as the heaviest person in the bracket, so I had to face all of the heaviest guys in a row and eventually got worn down. and somebody on the bottom side of the bracket was able to beat me. So the winner of the lighter 4 beat the winner of the heavier 4. So it just goes to show you that this won't favor weight so much. But man, it was exciting. I love super matches. I like one-on-one. I like for me and you to get in a dogfight, go in the trenches and see who really has it. And that's what it does every time. I can't unsee that top hat now.
I'm holding
Yeah.
my head perfectly
Carl-
still.
Yeah.
You know who Oliver Tree is?
No.
You're old
He's
with.
no, bro. He's one of the newer. He goes orny, norny, norn. You never heard that song?
No.
Sorry, man. I have daughters that play this stuff, and so sorry if I'll be the corny dad in the group. It's cool. It's cool.
We got Carl Stanley in the chat. Carl, you do not miss this format, bro. These are going to be cash payout tournaments, and this is the type of format you would prosper in. Somebody that can get through their opponents quick is the type of guy that would win here. And I'd love to see us have some star power like Carl. Definitely one of the top 3 guys in Florida, maybe the number 1 guy left-handed.
Oh yeah, I think he's number
on a
1
good day,
left-handed for sure.
Listen, on a good day, he could be both hands. So I'd love to see you come down, Carl, come to the event, spread the word so we can get that super heavy class filled up and we can get a couple $100 each hand in all of these arm wrestlers' pockets. Carl can win some cash for the Monster Factory. Oh, Robert needs all that equipment. You ain't got a good spell check. Shame on you, R. Kelly. Yeah, winning cash is always a good thing. And I think what we'll see is we can draw out the money. Money is money, right? But what it does is it allows you to justify your day and your time. So I know that Wiz, you would referee and help for free, but if it's profitable, forever. Same thing when these arm wrestlers come.
Bro, I would do that. I would honestly do this for free. It's such a fun time.
And arm wrestling is like that too. But when you can go arm wrestle and come home with $400, $300, $600, I seen Austin Wade one day make like $650 or some shit at one of Anthony's tournaments, and it was just 50% payout.
Yep.
And I was second place. I was right outside the money, and he smoked me for the bread, but he ended up winning a ton of cash. So
yeah, all of a sudden arm wrestling isn't so stupid for a lot of those guys trying to justify it.
Yeah, and listen, I'll tell you what, when you're having fun and you're already used to spending 200 and instead you make 200, that's really like being up 400. So it goes along for sure. And I want to see more cash payout tournaments. It's cool. FAL has the $10,000
big pot at the end.
Yeah, the big pot at the end. But what I want to do is cater to each payout, each event, and straight up put the cash back in the pros' hands and, come up with a format where ultimately we bolster those pro winnings, not only with entries, but also with sponsor money and cool things. So a lot of money floating around in Florida for arm wrestling, just in general, not only the 10,000, but back to cash payout tournaments. We are going to go we are not going to the strict weigh-ins like before. We're going to go to a 3-pound weight allowance, just like I always did. So a couple fun things like that. But video is going to come out tomorrow. November 25th is Duel. Don't miss this event. It's going to be amazing. We're going to be kicking it off. The venue will be announced. A lot of exciting stuff. So if anybody has any questions or anything, private message me, or we'll be back on here to answer plenty of them next Tuesday. Anything I'm missing?
No, I think that's everything.
Check out the Facebook, Flow Arm Combat on Facebook, so you guys can see the awesome promo we shot. Make sure you like and subscribe.